So good afternoon. It's 4:47 p.m. Today is July 7th. Non-farm payroll, first Friday of the quarter, first Friday of the month. Okay. So that's why you are seeing this back and forth swings. Now non-farm payroll today, right? So overall view, same statement, right? Due to NFP today, no bias, but in general, I prefer buyers. Focus on preferred and backup buyers and sellers area. So basically preferred buyers, preferred sellers, backup buyers, backup sellers are important. These areas will give you trade ideas. Yesterday's closing is very important, and it may initiate a move. Globex high, Globex low are also very important today. That is all for today. Keep an eye on 1 hour chart, right? So this is important. Now yesterday's closing area is important. Globex high, Globex low, important. Preferred sellers, preferred buyers, backup sellers, backup buyers, right? That is all about, right? Because it's all about no bias. That means we have to better stick with our levels, right? And watch a price action around it to find our trade, right? Dream numbers, very powerful, 209, 185, right? So now let's talk about closing area first, right? So in this call yesterday I said, yesterday evening, that it is all about, so if it gaps down, let's say, right, it may towards the gap fill, which is this, if it gap up, it may go towards here to gap fill, okay? And basically yesterday's closing, it will get attract towards yesterday's closing, and the move may initiate from that area, right? Now this area is yesterday's closing area, right? This rectangle, and NQ's yesterday's closing area is this area, okay? Now by looking at the first glance here, right, it looks choppy here, correct? But before that, before we dip into these things, right, I explained the folks in Discord in the morning, like before open, so at 9 o'clock, around 9:10, I gave them a story of NQ, and whatever NQ does, ES will follow it. Okay, now at least preferred buyers area is important, preferred sellers important, backup sellers, backup buyers, right? So preferred buyers, which is this area, you can see that price was holding, right? Preferred sellers, during the news time, price went through it, came back down. Here it acted as a resistance, then swept down, right? That was the story. Backup sellers area also, you can see it here, price got rejection. See this backup seller, preferred sellers area, all these notes were given to members before the news time, okay, like around 7 o'clock. Then price reached to backup sellers, came down all the way to preferred buyers, basically. So these areas are important. That is what it means. Okay. Now, so the story, the way I gave it is how to read the price along the levels, right? So I said, so I gave a story about NQ. I'm not going to repeat the detailed story, but I basically gave them an idea, that during the news time it went through the preferred sellers area all the way to backup, got rejection, all the way down, it went down again, right? So this entire move is nullified both ways, neither side is in control. But then when it bounced from here, now I said start observing 209 of the open, and then this 185 dream numbers are very important, right, as we know. So here I said a story that, hey, here 209 dream number held it, then it went up to 60 preferred sellers area, right? Then it came down, got a rejection from here, and then so at this point this become a resistance, right, again, and then 209 it went through it. This is all before open, okay? So this is the story I gave them. Then once it goes through it, you want to see this 209 acting as a resistance of the open, okay? So now you are moving here, it acted as a resistance, then it came down to 185 dream number, and it bounced, and then finally it went through 209, right? At this point it was around 9:15. I said watch 209 and 185 both. both should act as a support now. That is what we want to see of the open now, no? Because this story for sellers ends right here the moment it broke up. So now I said look for a trade around 209 as a support, or 185, either or dream numbers, So that's where my trade came in, and I said they could be back both ways. It will be difficult, as I also said that, because the way no one is in control by looking at this price, right? Price may do ping pong, so you better look at the levels and then trade accordingly. So here I started taking longs at 209. See, right off the open you can see price came straight to 209, right? Now I zoomed down to 1 minute, 15 second, 30 second chart, and I was seeing 209 was holding, so I kept buying there, and then it VWAP, it was getting rejection after like poking above, coming down, right? So this 226 area, I kept bailing out. So I see initially, so I'm not gonna give you number of contracts, but it's like a half contract I build out here, half break even 209, and then stopped out on break even, okay, other half position. So I kept doing that thing. So if you look at 15 second chart, 30 second chart, you will see so many times, price bounced from 209 and went to 226. So I played that 209, 226 like 3 times, fourth time also when price bounced here, I played it, and then took a half. This time it did not stop me out on the half of the position. Then it worked out, at 260 here, 265, basically this dream number, naked dream number. These were all naked dream numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 from day before yesterday. So I took a position out right here, the last 209 position, and I was done here, okay. Now ES, I did the same thing, but ES being ES, it's always slow. So ES I preferred not to do in and out a lot. So when I took a long in NQ ES, I took a long at 36.75, which is somewhere around here, 37 or 36.75. ES I did not, ES actually I took a long at 41, because I explained why 41 is important in this quarter, because of the way it was holding here. So like 209, right? So 209 was a support and 41 was a resistance, which is this area right here from 915. So I said ES41 is a resistance to observe and 209 is a support to observe. See, I didn't say both are support, I said one is resistance, one is support. If you see 209 holding, then you want to see ES going through 41, and then it has to hold 41. That's it, if NQ holds 209. So NQ I did ping pong here, right? 209, 226. ES, when it went through like this, right of the open, see it went through 41 in a 5-minute basis. That is what I said, 5-minute basis you want to see ES going through 41. It did. So that's why I took the long right here at 41, and NQ 209, okay. Then NQ I did back and forth, like out, half break even, right? ES I simply choose to hold it. That's it. I did not do anything with ES. My target was this and this, or wherever NQ goes. So when NQ went here finally, that's where I even added more in ES at 44, right here, in this position, okay. And then I was monitoring both actually NQ. When ES reached 50, this area, NQ was at 274. That is what I said, watch now 274, it may do something. That's where I build out actually here, 272. I was watching this, and then due to this chop I build out. ES I cut it also here at 49.75 or so. Okay, so that was my morning trade and I was done for Friday. Then at this point, the buyers has a ball in their court. That means they have to hold above this 243 area. As long as price is holding above this area, buyers have a control and you can continue to defend this area. But if it goes below it, the day is screwed up, then you cannot trade. So that screwed up thing came right here at 10:12. That is where in Discord I said day is screwed up, so let me see, and that's where we started saying what is it, stop trading for the day, so I'm trying to find out, okay, so I'm going to find out this one. Trying to find out where is that thing. See here, 287, 294, 300 likely in NQ, right, based on that price action at that time, which is around 10, 12 or 13. What we want to see is long as it is holding above 240 or failing to hold below 260. Okay, that means once it goes above this, right, the 250, actually 260 was the level real time, not 250, 260, which is this. So I said failing to hold below 260 or hold above 240, that is what I want to see. So here you can see 260. If you scalp it, you will see it here, the smaller time frame. 260 was holding up to this point, all the way. Then here also it poked down, tried to come down to 240, it couldn't, and then went above. See, at this point, if you're looking in real time, right, at this point you want price to go higher. If it goes back down and go below this, your day is screwed. That means sell off may come, or both sides will become active. At that point onwards, there is no trading. So right here, when you see this, I said day is screwed. Now no more trading. Both sides are active. That's it. And you can see the sell-off right there. See here, touch and down. See, and then again down. So basically, this area now became seller's area. See, clear rotation, right? Now that was at 10:15, which is this. In ES also you can see this. See, at this point onwards, there is no point looking at it. So I just went out. Then 11 o'clock or 11:15, when I came back to check, right, I put a note there in Discord, which is this. See here, 11:13, right? I said AD is plus 1500, ES is still at yesterday's close, which is this area. 11:15 was right around here. Now look at the beauty of this closing. See, remember, I highlighted this area for a reason here, right? Now I am explaining it to you. It is important, we know that, right? So first time you can see it, price went here and it tried to hold this area, right? Here they got screwed because it went through it. Now you want to see this area acting as a resistance. Now you can see it here. See that resistance and down, right? Now once it goes here, it's the same story as that 240 in NQ, right? Once it goes down, you don't want to see price coming back up. This area basically should act as a resistance. The moment price went through this, now you can use this box, this balance, as a support. See that here, right? So at that time I put the Discord message, which is this: yesterday's close. If buyers want to take it higher, then they at least have a support from internals, because by the time, if you look at internals, they were super high. Momentum was hitting consistently plus 600. AD was consistently like going higher, plus 1500, right? There is no reason for a price to go down. At least it was supported by internals. If this area holds it, which it did here, see that, then it went through and make a new high of the day, right? So now you know this area again can act as a support, right? So so that was a note, right? And then in the same note, somebody asked, can I short RTY Russell, right? I said, Russell, look at how it is moving higher. you know, it is a trending instrument. You can't short, but you go long above 78. Now you look at Russell at that time. What happened after 78? You know, that is your study. That is, you have to study it. You know, I'm not going to cover Russell here, but it went higher. You know, so now here at that time, around what time? 11:20 to 11:54, right? So let's move here. 11 what was the time pullback happen? Around 11:55, which is right here. See, NQ was way above its closing area. It's important, right? So here price went through it to this area again, got rejection as usual, right? This area should act as a resistance, which it did here. Again it reacted, right? But here what happened? It held this closing as a support, which was around 1058, which is probably this area. 1058, which was ES was here, you know. So basically it went through this box right here and it acted as a support here, you know, or you can say it went through here and acted as a support here. In either case it was holding, you know, that is my point. Then you see this thrust. See, at this time you can rest assured that buyers are in, you know, they basically defended this area. This was a manipulated price action, right? And you can see it here. Actually it was a failed breakdown also. See that? Low, 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 went through it, popped back up and closed right here. See? And then up, straight up into this closing. Again got rejection, next candle go up, went through the closing area. See? So this was a sign that price is stepping up. Final blow off here and then boom, right? Now you want to see again this area acting as a support, which it did here. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and lost the move. See? So if you're smart enough to figure this out, right, your long would be right into this area along with ES. When you took this long, you take this long also, you know. Now why this long? I explain in detail, you know, why this long. You know, I did it, I gave a screenshot in Discord. Because of the momentum. Look at this momentum. Throughout morning up to this point, very great momentum. Suddenly down momentum. People are going to buy. This is a pullback. Simple. So, and it's in the closing area, right? So buy here and you can bail out at 60, 65, 75. Those are the levels I gave it, you know, 64, 65, sorry, 60, 65 and 75. That is where ES should go, or 80, 83. So here anywhere you can bail out. Okay, when it reaches 76, that's where I said you can short also, you know. So where is it? Remember, we are now sim trading. Okay, after this point onwards our longs were done, we are done trading, right? So now this was a long, right? You can do sim online, but I was doing sim anyway. So here 1:13 p.m. which is right in this area, I said ES 76, NQ 348, 356, perfect hits together, right? So which is, now let me zoom it down, 11:13 here at this area, perfect hit together. So now I said right now ES 75 and NQ 346 for profit taking, correct? So if you're long, this is the right now profit taking. Any drop from there, so I was expecting a drop also, right, straight into 71 and NQ 331, which is this area, and it should hold. That's why I put this level, you know. So 71 was this area, 31 was this area basically. See that here it dropped also straight there, right? Now it should hold this level. That's why I said you can do sim long also. See here I said someone wants to short, they can short right here. Then only for learning purpose, okay? And now I said you can take a profit here, which is this area, you know, at 139, which is this area, 71 or 68 actually. and then I said support is this, right? So you can even go long here, see, and make a new high. Provided, now here is the key, provided ES goes above 74 from this bounce and hold nicely, right? So 74 was this area, and then NQ goes above 346 or touch 325 and hold, right? So 325 was this area, right? And 346 was, so I'm going to move this line, okay, so at least you know this area, right? And 74 was this area. So remember my statement, right? What did I say? That provided it will make a new high from bounce from this, right? This was a long, provided ES goes above 74, which it did not, right? So I bailed out. So I took a screenshot right here at this time, right here, not after the fact, right here, and I put it in Discord. See here, that's a screenshot right here. Okay, so my exit was right here while candle was running, not after seeing this. Okay, now small trade also, I mentioned it there. Now look at here, I bailed out because of it's a small balance was there. Okay, and then we have to watch, and then I said look for double bottom, which is right here, or failed breakdown here at around this low and this low. Okay, so here it did not, but the warning sign is it did not go above 74 and hold, right? So now new high for the day, chances are gone, correct? Something is off here. Price NQ went above 346, right? And then it has to hold above 346, or if it doesn't go above it, it comes down, it has to hold 325, correct? So here it went above it, but since because I took exit in ES, I have to take exit in NQ also. Okay, then what happened? Look at my exit timing also, right? It was 350 level, basically our level. I did not exit at random, 350. Now I'm going to keep a line at 46. Then what happened? Price went down below 346, right? It was not supposed to do that, right? Now something is off officially, correct? In NQ also, ES was already giving a warning sign. Then it went through 346. Look at here, tiny 346 touch, came down, right? Now it went straight into 325. See that? So the idea was 325 has to hold, right? It went through it, and then here it brought a chop, correct? Now you are watching, see, at the same time ES already went through 71. So ES is now in a sell-off mode. Both sides are active. Anyway, day was screwed up, right? So now you know, for going long here, it's a bad idea, right? Going short could be the good idea, but you have to look into it, right? So now you are looking at this 65 was original support, so which is this line, right? So now here you can see it touched 66 and 325 are lined up, right? Now you are watching this. It's ES is holding this, and basically holding below 71. Actually 68 was the level, right? So in Discord I put it. So here you can see it was basically holding 71 and 68, right? Here it was holding below what? Powerful haunting level, blue lines, very powerful, thick blue lines, super powerful. So here there was a hint. It was holding here, 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 here. Then you see this big red candle. That was the sign. And then you can see it up 325 touch here, close lower, and sell up. That was your short right here or right here, right? It was around 236. So right around here 236. See that at that time ES was also breaking down below this, and if you zoom in you will see a tiny pullback also, right at this 65 level right here. See that? That's how you grab the trade, you know. Now what? Now it's going to tank. Simple. How far? I don't know, you know, but I was not expecting a full reversal, but it will tank up to 60, you know, maybe. And 50-54, that was the key. I said in Discord also, I said for today or tomorrow, if price comes to 50-54, it has to hold it, which is this area. But look at, so this would be the exit, you know, for this short, either 60 or this. After that, whatever happened is just the end of day run. That's all, you know. Ideally it should not have gone down below this, you know, this area. But anyway, so NQ followed through it. So this is, I cannot understand this move, you know, it's like out of my scope. So I would say it's a manipulated move, you know, because by looking at this internals and everything else, and AD price should not have gone down even below this area, you know. But anyway it did. So this area is a, this is manipulated move. And if I am right, Monday, right, Monday either you will see price goes through this easily, or it will not even come up there. It will just die down and go down from here. So just watch this area. And so that's pretty much it for today, you know. That be all.